You know, one of the more irritating things about mobile video games is their ads. There's an ad for AFK Arena, which is a game I once played until I got bored, and so now they're peppering me with ads of varying quality. Some are about the world building, which I like, some are ridiculous bullshit, but what has the most irritating ones are the ads where they're giving promo codes to stuff. And they're annoying because I never got these ads when I had the game, and boy, they would have been helpful in mitigating the grind. Sure do like being unironically handicapped when downloading your shitty game and then having to search the promo codes by Google. Rokka Yuusha is a 12-episode fantasy mystery anime created by Passion in 2015, a time where these fantasy animes were surprisingly common now that I think about it. 2010 to 2015, I think, was about the time where many really fantasy animes were created, and by fantasy I mean the sword and sorcery type, not the modern one. Anyhow, so in the world most obviously inspired by Mesoamerica, there was an evil heart of darkness that one day tentacled the land until an epic saint tentacled it back and then split her power into 6, saying that every time the heart fucker is up to no good again, she will choose 6 warriors of epic proportions to kick the shit out of it again. Thus, the organization of Braves of the 6 Flowers was created, and they're elected from saints every time the heart starts to think naughty thoughts again. Saints, by the way, are the avatars of the god that have their powers. So the show starts with a tournament to decide who is the most epic Mesoamerican of them all, and then our main hero crashes the party by using an arrangement of trick weapons for which he gets arrested. Obviously, he gets chosen as one of the Braves, and he and a princess, who is also a Brave, decide to fuck off and go to the gathering place. This takes about 4 to 5 episodes out of 12. The rest of the episodes are the mystery part of this mystery anime. He, the princess, the surprisingly buff 16-year-old that is higher than most of the 18-year-old characters in the show, and other unfortunate bastards are trapped in a magical fog barrier, and they have realized that instead of 6 Braves, there are 7. One of them is an imposter, and they need to kill him because he'll kill others otherwise. Shenanigans ensue. So the biggest problem with this show is how a lot of it just seems hollow and pointless. Now, I need to explain to you how I think viewer agency works. For the story to be perceived as good, it needs to trick the audience into caring for the characters. It can do so in 2 ways: making the viewer care about the characters, or making the viewer understand why they care about the characters. You can either genuinely care when the character is sad, or have an understanding why the character is sad and go, yeah, fair enough. This show fails at both of these aspects, for by the time the mystery starts, we only properly know about 3 out of 7 characters in there. The viewer is plunged into a situation where he barely knows what is happening and doesn't know most of the characters, and then is asked to care about the situation enough to care about the characters and their troubles. And it is the usual Japanese mystery trope of pulling answers straight out of their asses, or in case of this anime, literally guessing most of the answers by sheer luck, and what you get is a story that is underwhelming at best, and all of the accusations and yelling over who is right and who is wrong are rendered moot when the actual culprit isn't even obvious after the second rewatch. The graphics of the anime are also lackluster. It feels fine in most cases, but there is a lot of sloppiness in the frames, to the point where in some of them the characters are only recognizable by their clothes at best. The music is kinda weird. It's mostly forgettable but weirdly intrusive during the actual watch, and seemingly out of place, especially during the whole fighting in the fog shenanigans. I did like the main characters' looks. They are unique, but that's not enough for me to recommend the show. Even the Mesoamerican setting felt like a letdown once I kinda realized that the main heroes have barely anything to do with it stylistically, and that's about it, really. I wasn't impressed, wasn't really interested, and most importantly, was irritated with the story, and this explanation is good because it doubles as my AFK Arena impressions as well.